Welcome back to Ask the Expert on Buzz TV. I'm your host, Mike White. On Ask the Expert, we meet with interesting individuals just like you and talk about all the great things they're doing in the community, leadership, business, life, and success. So join us today. Back on the program is Phillip Burt. Welcome back.
Hi, glad to be here.
So you've been on before, but let's talk about your company and the recent transitions you guys have made.
Sure. So I'm with Southern States Material Handling. We have recently merged with Raymond, and we are moving to a new location out of Shad Road. So it's a very exciting time for us.
What are some of the services that you provide your customers?
So we fix, sell, repair forklifts, racking, anything that goes into a warehouse or an industrial environment. We want to be your one-stop shop for that. That's really, our bread and butter is providing you solutions so you can focus on your business and we worry about your warehouse.
Now, you spent 25 years in the Navy and then transitioned out. What made you choose this company?
So I got recruited into this from a baseball game. My son was playing baseball, and one of the dads of one of his buddies, talked to me about my transition. He knew I was retiring and said, "Hey, send me your resume." So I did. The next day, the HR director called me, asked me if I was available for dinner. The vice president drove up from Tampa. We had dinner, and a week later, they offered me the position. So it's been great. I had no idea this industry existed. So being able to kind of come in and pull the curtain back and see like what a giant like manufacturing hub Jacksonville is really cool. Like Kraft makes all their all their sauces here, and the coffee at Kraft down at Maxwell House downtown. So getting like how Tremron makes their pavers and stuff like that. So really, you get to kind of dip into a bunch of different industries, which is really exciting to me. I think it's the coolest job ever.
What skills did you learn in the Navy that translated over to your civilian career?
So I was an aviation maintenance officer in the Navy, and leadership, obviously, managing people. Being able to think on the fly and find a way to get to yes, because you may not have all the solutions at your fingertips, but you figure out a way to make it happen. So that's really the biggest thing that I've taken from the military that I've translated into civilian private sector.
Being born, raised in Jacksonville, what's the neatest addition that you've seen our city make?
Ooh, the neatest addition our city has made. I love that it may seem a little weird, but I love like the 295 corridor. Like I remember growing up, it would take an hour to get to the beach, but now you can zip through 295 or 9A and 9B get to where you're going. I think making Jacksonville interconnected, because there were a lot of people growing up where you never went over the bridges, and so now you can really get anywhere in Jacksonville in a short amount of time, which I think is very cool.
What new opportunities for Southern State exist now with the merger?
Well, with the merger, we have all our Class 1, Class 2. We really dominate the market because we can provide so many more solutions. Toyota's, our bread and butter is our 5Ks, sit downs. The Raymond gives us more of the electric advantage. Some of your smaller narrow aisle stuff. But getting into the automation, AI, is a huge. It's really going to change the landscape for the warehousing industry going forward. So being a part of that, and robots and conveyor systems and really all of those things, kind of bringing everything into one house, it's a very exciting time for us.
What's the biggest challenge that you face within your career or your everyday job?
Ooh, I think the biggest challenge we have right now is scaling. So when I started here almost 5 years ago, we had 15 technicians, and a couple hundred employees. Now we have 60 technicians, we have a bunch of support staff, and so scaling that and managing that, it's a whole different ballgame. It's really you have to adapt and evolve with the industry, and it's been a challenge.
Your leadership team is headquartered in Tampa?
Yes, sir. So all of my corporate offices are in Tampa. We have a branch there, and we cover Central Florida all the way up to South Georgia.
So if you could finish the sentence, in 5 years, your company will blank.
In 5 years, our company will, have over 50% of the market share and dominate be the one-stop shop for all of material handling needs.
It's amazing. Thank you for coming on again today.
Thanks.
Nice to see you. To find out more about Phillip Burt and all the amazing things that they're doing at Southern States Material Handling, visit us at iwannabuzz.com. We'll see you next time on Ask the Expert.